Welcome back to a new machine learning tutorial. In this video, we are going to talk about XGBoost classifier. We are going to talk about the theory behind the algorithm. We are going to code it using Python, and then we are going to talk about how we can do hyperparameter tuning for improving models' performance. Let's start coding. I'm in VS Code. It's going to be the code editor that I'm going to be using in this video, but you can use any code editor that you want, and I will say XGBoost classifier, and I'm going to create a Jupyter notebook. So I'm going to select my kernel 3.11.4 and I will say XGBoost classifier, and let's talk about it. XGBoost, which we can also refer as extreme gradient boosting, is a powerful machine learning algorithm that excels in both regression and classification tasks, and in this tutorial we are going to be talking about the classification side. It's an implementation of gradient boosting specifically designed to optimize speed and performance, often winning competitions in data science challenges. It's a really good algorithm that's getting used a lot, and I use it a lot too. And the model builds an ensemble of weak decision trees where each tree tries to correct the errors of the previous ones, leading to a highly accurate final model. So let's talk about the concept firstly. It builds an ensemble of decision trees sequentially. Each tree is trained to minimize errors made by the previous ones once again, and the final prediction is a weighted sum of all the trees' predictions. It uses a specific technique called gradient boosting, where the model minimizes a loss function by calculating the gradients, which we can also refer as derivatives, of the errors. So let's start coding it. We are going to firstly create a base model, and then we are going to talk about how we can do hyperparameter tuning for getting a better performance by tuning, and we can call it as optimizing the parameters the model has. So firstly, I will say import XGBoost as XGBoost. Next up, I will say from scikit-learn.datasets import make classification. Next, I will say from scikit-learn.model-selection import train test split, and I will say from scikit-learn.matrix import accuracy score. So in here, XGBoost is going to be the algorithm that we are going to be using, and make classification for creating our dataset, train test split for splitting our data into training and testing sets, and accuracy score is for the model evaluation on seeing how our model performs in new data, unseen ones. So let's create our data like X and Y. We will say make classification, number of samples, let's say 1000 for this, and then I will say number of features are going to be 20, and number of informative is going to be 10, and let's add number of redundant like 8, and I think it's cool in this way. So let me show you the X matrix we create in here and the Y vector in here. So it's going to be a binary classification problem. We are going to have zeros and ones to predict. And next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use train test split. So I will say X train, X test, Y train, and Y test. And I will use train test split. I'm going to pass my X matrix, Y vector, and I'm going to set the test size as 0.2, which means that 20% of our data is going to be in the testing set and 80% is going to be in the training set. And I'm going to talk about the concept quickly, but you can find a tutorial in my machine learning tutorials playlist where I have more than 40 videos just like this one. I explain the train test split clearly on there, but we are going to have two sets like training and testing, and in the training we are going to have 800, in the testing we are going to have 200, since we have 1000 data points and our test size is 0.2, which refers to 20%, and we are going to train our model with X train and Y train. Then we are going to make predictions with the model we trained using X test, and we are going to compare the predictions with the Y test. Okay, so let's set our base model. XGBoost model is going to be XGBoost.XGBoost classifier. Next up, we are going to train our model after initialization. I will say XGBoost.model fit I'm going to pass my training data in here. So we are going to have it in here. After training our model, we can make predictions with it using the predict method. We can say XGBoost model dot predict, and I'm going to pass the X test in here. So we are going to have these predicted values. And now it's time for comparing them with Y test values, which are Y true. These are going to be our true values to compare. So if you want to get a single prediction or multiple ones and want to get your model to predict a data point, what you can do is you need to pass your data in two-dimensional format to the predict method. Like I'm going to take something from X, like let's say it's not going to be marked down. I'm going to call the X and the first element of it. So we get an array like this, and I'm going to make it copy, then I'm going to paste it in here, and let's see the prediction for this data point. By the way, we need to add brackets like this, and I'm going to pass it, and the prediction for this data point is 1. So you can do that too if you want to predict a specific data point. One important thing is you need to pass the shape in the X format. Like I'm passing the values like this because I have 20 features in X. Let's say that you have 3 columns in your X column, then you are going to just give 3 numbers for your model to predict. So let's get our predictions on something like Y predictions, and it's going to be equal to the XGBoost model dot predict, and I will say X test. So we are going to have Y prediction, something like this in here, and I'm going to get the accuracy score on this Y test with Y predicted values. So it is 0.87. Now it's time for optimizing the parameters. So we are going to do, let's write it, hyperparameter tuning, and with a one line we can say hyperparameter tuning involves adjusting the model's parameters to improve its performance. And XGBoost has many hyperparameters, each controlling different aspects of the model. But what I'm going to do is firstly talk about the parameters. Firstly, without coding, number of estimators. This is the number of trees to build. More trees can lead to better performance, but also higher risk of overfitting. And we have max depth, and it is the maximum depth of the tree. Deeper trees can model more complex patterns but also risk overfitting. We are going to have learning rate. This is the step size shrinkage used to prevent overfitting. Lower values require more trees but can improve performance. We are going to have subsample. It's the fraction of samples used for training each tree. Lower values can prevent overfitting. And we are going to have call sample by tree. This is the fraction of features used to train each tree. This helps in decorrelating trees. And we are going to have gamma. It's the minimum loss reduction required for making a further partition on a leaf node. Larger values lead to more conservative models. And we are going to have lambda. It's the L2 regularization term, and we are going to have alpha. We can think them like together, lambda and alpha, and it's the L1 regularization term. They control the complexity of the model by penalizing large coefficients. So now we are going to train a model with these parameters. So what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to import grid search from scikit-learn.model selection. And next up, I'm going to define the parameter grid. This is going to be the possible parameters for the model. I'm not going to give add of values in here because I want to return back quickly, but you can extend these lists for the numeric values. Like I will say parameter grid, and it's going to be, I'm going to give 2 options for every parameter, but I'm going to say number of estimators. I'm going to go with the same order, by the way, and I will say 100 and 300. But you can add 200, 500, 50, the values like that, completely up to you. Next up, I will say max depth, and I will say 3, 5, 7. Actually, let's delete the 5 because I want to make this run fast. And next up, we are going to have learning rate, and it's going to be 0.01 and 0.1. You can add values like 0.2 again. Next up, I'm going to say subsample, and I'm going to give 0.7 and 1 like this. Actually, we can pass it like this, doesn't matter. I will say co-sample by 3, and in here I'm going to give same values like this. Next up, I'm going to say gamma, and I'm going to give values like 0 and 0.1. You can add like 0.23, completely up to you. For the lambda, I will give 1 and 2. And for the alpha, I will give 0 and 1. So you can extend these lists, but I'm going to go like this. So with a sentence, I can say more parameters you try in here, you have a better chance to find a better model, but it has a computational cost. It's going to return back slowly. And in here, what grid search does is it tries out every possible combination of the parameters and then returns the best performing one. And I have a tutorial on that too in my machine learning tutorials playlist. You can check that out for learning about it more. Next up, I will say XGBoost model, and it's going to be XGBoost.XGBoost classifier. I'm going to reinitialize it, and I'm going to set the grid search like grid search cross validation. I will say estimator is going to be XGBoost model, and parameter grid is going to be the parameter grid we defined. And for the scoring, I will say accuracy. Actually, there's a, I think, typo, yeah, accuracy. And next up, I'm going to set cross validation as, let's say, 3, and I'm going to set the variables as 1 for seeing the process. So in here, by setting the cross validation as 3, we are going to have 3 folds in our data set. I have a tutorial on that too on the playlist. And after setting this, I will say grid search.fit xtrain and ytrain. So now we are fitting, which means training our model, and I'm going to be re-recording when this finishes. So it finished in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Now we can get our best parameters using that best parameters method. And the selected parameters are them. You can check the list, and we can get the best accuracy found by grid search best score, and it's 0.91. So let's test it if we are going to get that. I'm going to train the model with the best parameters. So I will say final model, and I'm going to pass this best parameters. So for that, I will say XGBoost classifier, and I'm going to give grid search best parameters like this. Now I'm going to initialize it like that, and I will say final model dot fit, and I'm going to pass xtrain with ytrain. So we can make predictions right now. I will say y prediction is going to be equal to the final model dot predict and x test. Next up, I'm going to say accuracy score y test with y prediction. So let's see our accuracy score. It's 0.93, and we improved our base model's performance in my opinion. Yeah, it was 0.87, now it's 0.93. So we did hyperparameter tuning and we get a better performance on the model. So let's summarize what we did in this video. We started by talking about the XGBoost classifier and how it works behind. Then we make our imports, we created our data in here. Next up, we used train test split, and we set training and testing. I talked about it a little bit. We initialized the base model, we trained the base model, and then we make predictions using the base model, and we compared them with the actual values we have, and we found our accuracy score. Next up, we talk about the hyperparameter tuning. I talked about what are these parameters are, and then we imported grid search and defined the parameter grid. Next, we initialized the base classifier and we passed our parameter grid. So our grid search is going to look for these parameters, try out them, and we set the scoring as accuracy and cross validation as 3. Next up, we set grid search.fit xtrain ytrain, and after training our model, we get the best parameters in here, best performing ones. Then we just check the best found accuracy on the training process. Next up, we initialized the model with the parameters that we found, and we train with that parameters, and we get the 0.93 accuracy from the tuned model. And that was all for the coding part of this video. Thanks for watching this tutorial on XGBoost classifier. I have a machine learning tutorials playlist where I have more than 40 videos just like this one. You can reach that playlist from the cards of this video or from the link in the description. I'm sharing new data science videos every week on my channel. You can subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Have a great day.